Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of AGCS Unplugged, the official podcast where we speak our minds and hearts behind the excellence of AGCS. I'm your host with me.
And I'm Adrian, and we are so excited to kick things off with a conversation that everyone in school is curious about. What's really going on in the life of our toppers?
Because let's be real, we've all seen the numbers, but today we are going beyond the numbers.
So here how's the episode works. There are 4 fun segments lined up. Think of it like a conversation. In parts, from the journey to the habits and ending with an advice for all of you.
With us today is the girl who turned almost perfect into an actual number with 98.8%, Prisha Bhattacharya.
And also the ace from science sheet who scored a magnificent 97.4 in class 12. Please welcome Souparna Das.
Let's kick things in the first segment, which is the icebreaker session.
Okay, let's start simple. How does it feel to be the person everyone's comparing their marks with?
I would say mixed emotions because on one side you are quite happy and joyful that you have scored the highest marks, but on the other side there comes comparison because maybe education is my strength, studies is my strength, but it might not be someone else's strength. So why the comparison comes? Like I am zero in sports, so there I am absolutely zero. So that is not my strength. It someone may have potential in any other fields. So okay, like happy for the marks, but comparison shouldn't be there.
Okay, Prisha, if you had to describe your board's vibe in one word, what would it be?
I would use one word to describe it, that would be focused. Because during the last 3 months leading up to the board, I sort of just stopped messing around and decided to just lock in. Because I've always been advised to give my best in everything that I do to alleviate my fear of performance. So that's what I did. And it helped me reduce my fear while I was giving the exams.
Okay, Prisha, my next question is to you. What kept you going on the days when motivation was zero?
There were a lot of times when my motivation was zero. The syllabus felt like it was rushing past me. I couldn't catch up. I was not doing well in mock tests. And most of the time I didn't even feel like opening the book because what would I do? Everything was rushing ahead of me. So what kept me going was my stubbornness. Like I wanted to prove myself wrong because there was this part of me that kept saying that you wouldn't make it, you wouldn't score it, no matter what. So I wanted to prove that part of me. I wanted to prove to myself that I am capable of achieving what I set my mind, that my fears cannot hold. So that's what it is.
Let's kick things into the second segment, which is study secrets. Alright, Prisha, what is that one non-academic habit that significantly contributed to your success as a topper?
It would definitely have to be physical exercise because I used to study for long hours, so my mind would get jammed. So I usually went out running on most days. That helped me clear my mind a lot. And I don't know why, but physical exercise as well as public speaking at times, it helped me refresh my mind and it also gave me confidence. So I could go back to my studies feeling good results.
So, Choppers, what advice would you give to a student watching this podcast who wants your score but not your skills?
The biggest advice that I would like to give is to stop procrastinating. Make short-term goals, not long-term, because I myself made long-term goals like for 10 months, a year, like I would complete the syllabus and all revisions, but it never actually happened. Keep 2 goals at a time, not 10 goals, because if you keep 10 goals, you will only complete 2 of them. So only keep 2 goals and try to complete them.
Exactly.
And also try to keep your expectations low, because whenever you have high expectations and you can't meet them, then it hurts a lot. So always keep your expectations low and it will definitely help you in the future.
I feel this is the difference between a normal person and a topping.
Maybe.
Okay, so we have talked about strategy and study secrets. But no story is complete without a little spice, right?
Welcome to our third segment. We call it Spill the Tea. And no, this isn't about chai. It's about what happened around the results, the reaction, the assumptions, and maybe the misconceptions. Okay, so Mona and Prisha, it's time to spill the tea. Did the vibe of some people change around you after the results dropped?
Like suddenly speak.
So yeah, it changed. Like some people who haven't texted for 3 years, 4 years suddenly turned up into the notifications. Some who have very bad image about myself have suddenly come up with some big messages like congratulations. And
Human nature.
that's human nature. When you achieve something, people suddenly turn sweet as she said. But actually, they don't matter to me because those who were there in the tough times, they saw everything. So the ones who were there, they were absolutely the same.
Yeah.
Yes, they were happy, but they were the same because they were happy before also, they were happy now
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
and they will be happy afterwards also.
Yeah.
So they matter to be the most.
Okay, Prisha.
I agree with what you said because after success, of course, you get limelight. I had a lot of people reaching out to me, congratulating me, people I don't even know, people who had blocked me before but unblocked me just to say congratulations. But maybe I am grateful for them as well as the constants that I still have now. Because the people who wished me then are gone again, and the constants that I had then are still with me now. They have wished me congratulations for this result. And I think they will be with me for the rest of my life. So it doesn't really matter to me who reached out then, just to wish me congratulations. And when never by my side before that or after.
So, do you have any common myths that you would like to bust?
Like, do you really study 18 hours a day or is it just PR?
It is definitely just PR because studying 18 hours is inhumane and unhealthy. And I get really mad when someone assumes that just because I'm a topper, I sit with my nose buried in my textbooks every day, every hour, and every second. Because it's really infuriating. Who does that? The most I do is, the most I take during boards or before boards is studying for a maximum of 5 hours, not more than that. And maybe on a daily basis, not more than 2 hours. And if someone does study for 18 hours, then that's really unhealthy. You are not going to get fruitful results out of that. You are going to perform worse. So that's what I
Like as she said, like there are topper myths that toppers always stay at home. They only do tuitions, home tuitions. They don't go to group tuitions. They do home tuitions.
That's what I hear from people.
Yeah. But actually, I am just the opposite from that. I used to go for I also had tuitions, but there was an entire group. We used to have fun in the tuitions. Studies were always going on, but we used to have fun. And after tuitions, we used to go for adda in the chai tapri, spill the tea. So yeah, that is the life. Because if you don't enjoy the life, this is the time you need to enjoy the life.
That is something which people need to do.
Yes, because without enjoying the life, you don't get the enjoyment of being getting the highest marks. You need to enjoy.
Exactly.
Afterwards, there will be regret. Yeah, I got the highest marks, but I couldn't enjoy my life.
Because life is also important.
Just after my pre-boards, I went to a trip to Puri from our school.
Yeah.
Just after pre-boards, that other people would think, no, toppers will study that 2-3 months in that. Absolutely amazing.
No.
So, be honest, do you even procrastinate or waste time? And if yes, how do you pull yourself back?
Who does not procrastinate? Everyone does. And the main thing is not about not procrastinating. It is about pulling yourself back, as you said. So you need to pull yourselves back because, everything, I know that you need to be focused. You need to be determined that I need to have a goal. Like I said at the beginning, you can't have the long-term goals. Set short-term goals and be focused, be consistent, be regular in your studies. If you can't study 4 hours, no one has asked to study 4 hours, but study at least 1 hour, 2 hours, complete your lessons, complete your homework, that will be it. And one thing that is never give up.
Okay, Prisha, what about you?
I used to procrastinate a lot during the last year. So what pulled me out, I think, was this guilt that I had. Because whenever I wasn't productive for a long time, I would feel like I haven't achieved it. The same goes with setting long goals. I would set long goals and then fail to achieve them, procrastinate all day. So I changed my strategy. I decided that to achieve what I want to do, I would have to set short goals. So that's what I did. I studied for 1 to 2 hours a day, never more than that. And I never set goals, unrealistic goals such as I have to complete 5 chapters. I would have to complete this entire textbook in a week. No, don't do that. Because Everyone procrastinates, and to get out of that slump, you need to ask yourself, what do I really want? And if you are willing to achieve that long-term goal, then you will not procrastinate. You will take out at least some time to devote to that dream that you have.
And even if you complete one entire textbook in a week, absolute net product will be zero because the eighth day, the next day, you will forget everything.
You're eventually going to forget
Everything you will forget.
Moving towards the end, we have the fourth and final segment, which is pages unwritten.
So Prisha, what would you tell the student who listens to this podcast and thinks she's a topper and will never be let go?
I would ask that student to first look at herself and then look at me. Just like her, I have two eyes, two pairs of limbs, and one. So what I would say is the people who succeed, the people we compare ourselves to, they are all humans, and so am I, and so is the student watching this podcast. So if we are all humans, then how could I achieve something, or how could anyone achieve something that other humans can't? So all you need is dedication and perseverance, and you will be able to achieve all that I have, and maybe even more than what I have. Because that's what it takes. You are human, I am human, and we can achieve great things.
Okay, so Purno, we heard you had a whooping 92% attendance. How would you say this affected your marks? Like, do you think attending school during the board year really matters?
You said 92, it is actually 94. So yeah, means attending school is a fun. Like you are coming to school, you are enjoying this place. I have been in this school for last 15 years, and also it's a very nostalgic feeling because yes, there are studies, there are pressure for class 12, but it is also my last year in school, and so it feels like after spending 15 years, after being very much familiar to each and every corner of the school, when you think that in a year's time you will not be there, so that brings you to the school, and the classes are going on. The special fun was during the breaks, during the PED classes, where
we all
we
know
had
that.
lots of fun. Everyone.
We all know that.
And nowadays the students are more inclined to going for not coming to school, or attendance is very. But I think that school gives you a very good platform, also to express yourselves, also to communicate with other people, because it helps you become social enough to be communicative with all. So I think coming to school really boosted my boards journey, not having no effect or no harm.
And what I feel is that coming to school doesn't really only make you a topper in subject wise, but also it builds your personality,
Absolutely.
builds your social life, and when you come to school, you follow a timetable.
Yes.
It makes you an even better person.
Better person, and
That's what I
getting
think.
friends, getting juniors like you are, it's a great.
Great experience, yeah.
Alright, before we wrap up this conversation,
We have one last surprise.
in front of you is a board. Inside it, a handful of questions. Random, unfiltered, no second takes.
This is what we call the final chits.
You pick one, we read it. You answer it on the spot. And believe me, these are not your average what's your favorite color type.
This is your moment to spill a little tea, share a little truth, or just make us laugh for one last moment.
So go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, pick a chit and let's see what the universe wants to ask you. After picking, hand it to us. Okay, so Prisha, your first question is, if you had just 1 hour before an exam and you haven't prepared anything, what would you do?
I would pull out YouTube, watch play a one shot and play it at 2x, then take as many notes as possible, and on the way to my exam hall, I would revise the most that I can. That's what I do.
This is what you do in this situation, but that is usually our daily routine. Okay, but Supurna, so what's your next goal? What's next for you?
Okay,
You
so-
can manifest it.
Yeah, next goal is of course college life. Like I have manifested doing engineering. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my results. As soon as they come out, I'll go for the counseling and then go to the college. So that is my next goal.
Okay. You all can pick up. Okay, Prisha. Direct question. Books or YouTube?
What is the same question as to you?
Books or YouTube?
YouTube. I'm not a book guy.
Okay, so Saporno, according to you, one habit every student must be doing.
One habit every student must be. One habit that I would say is to study regularly. That is the main habit you need to be. Not the timing. It may be 30 minutes, it may be 45 minutes. You are very tired. It just maybe just open your book or open your copy, just see the things. But study regularly. That matters the most.
This is what people need to hear and understand. That keeping long goals is not the main point.
Yeah.
Consistency, regularity is what
Consistency is
people
the
need.
key.
Yeah, we can begin.
Pick another one. So, Bondu.
Okay, my favorite. One subject that gave you main character trauma. This is to put.
Main character trauma as in least favorite
Which was very easy to study.
has to be history. I couldn't memorize the dates and the long paragraphs. Like, I liked the subject, I liked it as a story, but as a subject, it gave me nightmares.
Subject trauma. No, I had. Subject trauma was Bengali. Like, I couldn't understand anything. It is my mother tongue, but still I couldn't understand the grammars, the big things. I couldn't
That's the
understand.
problem everyone of us faces.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the last question for you all. So, if your board prep was a movie title, what would it be, Prisha?
It has to be on top of the world. It's a thriller movie, but just based off of the title, I would say on top.
That's great. So,
I would say simple boy chasing mountains. That would be mountains of success. That would be it. Because I never thought of means getting all this. I was just preparing. I was just going through going with the flow. And yeah, that's it.
Before we sign off, we want to take a moment to say a few very important thank yous because this episode wasn't just about mics and questions.
amazing guests, Prisha and Suparna. Thank you for not just sharing your results, but sharing your realities, your honesty, and insight.
Your presence today reminded us that every topper has a story worth hearing.
To our respective principals, sir, thank you for trusting us with this platform and for always encouraging student voice and creativity. Your support is the reason AGCS Unplugged even exists.
To our teachers, especially Vikas sir,
And to our incredible production team, the unsung heroes behind the scenes.
this episode was just the beginning. But the people we've thanked, they're the reason we even got to start.
With that,
With that, to every listener, every supporter, every hand behind this mic, thank you. This AGCS Unplugged and we are just getting started.
And I would like to thank the two hosts, Adrian and Vidhi, for conducting this beautiful show and the entire team of juniors who worked very hard during this entire period. Thank you to all, and we are very happy that you invited us for the first episode and we are always very grateful. Thank you.